Hello, lovely. Today, we're starting a new journey. How to dress like the elegant woman you truly are every single day. Because, ladies, elegance isn't just a look, it's about timeless confidence. And here, we know that elegance is a mindset and a lifestyle. So, do you want to dress elegantly, feminine, and be put together every single day without overthinking your wardrobe? If so, then let me welcome you to Always Classy and Elegant, aka ACE Academy. I am Brandy, your host, coach, and mentor, and as a certified international etiquette consultant, I'm here to help you get the knowledge and tools you need to be your best self. Now, ladies, before we glide into this, let me share with you that it's a rare occasion that I go out into the public and return without a compliment or a mention on the way I look. So I know that I know how to look good. And today I want to share my style secrets with you. So I'll be breaking down my 6 simple steps to help you be elegantly put together and poised no matter what you're doing or where you're going. Let's glide into this. Okay, tip number 1, know your body type. Ladies, elegance begins with understanding your shape and what cuts and styles suit you best. What cuts and styles are going to flatter your body the best. Each body shape, there's not one that's better than the other. They're just all different, but each body shape shines in cuts that are made to flatter it. So I want you to spend a little bit of time, go to the mirror, undress in your underwear, stand in the mirror with your arms by your side, and look at the outline of your body. Are you shaped more like a pear or an apple? Or are you an hourglass shape? Or are you resembling something more of a rectangle? There's nothing wrong, whichever one of these shapes you resemble. It's about knowing because knowledge is power. And once you figure out what your shape is, then you can learn the cuts and the styles that are going to best flatter your figure. In most cases, regardless of your shape, something that gives you some waist definition or accentuates the waist a little bit, something to kind of give that, I don't want to say fit and flare, but maybe a little bit of fit and flare, just the illusion of a waist is going to be a win for you. With that in mind, something to think about if you are having a hard time wrapping your mind around what type of dress may work best for your figure, consider a wrap dress. It's universally flattering for all of the figure shapes that I just mentioned. The creator of this wrap dress, Diane von Furstenberg, birthed it out of her desire to find a single style that would flatter all women's bodies. And that's where the wrap dress came from. And if you try one, I think that you'll agree it is figure flattering no matter what your shape is. Just make sure you get it in a size that fits you well. Hello, darling. I'm so happy to have you in this video with us today. Do us both a favor though, like this video and subscribe to the channel and help us grow the community. Because you see, when you are classy and elegant, some people will just be so disturbed by your graceful demeanor and presence. So it's important to have a community of like-minded women for encouragement and support. So again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join the classy community today. Now, let's get back to the video. Okay, number 2 is monochromatic dressing. Now, ladies, dressing in the same color or color family from head to toe, that's a cheat code to looking polished and elegant. This style also can work no matter what your shape is. It's universally flattering, and you can wear this with any type of color. Of course, if you're an elegant and classy lady, you're going to avoid neon colors, but if you really want to elevate it or amp it up a little bit, consider doing this with neutrals. Black, of course, will work, but we can be a little bit more exciting than just black. We can do this with white or cream or a beige, taupe, tan, or camel. We can do this with navy blue. It's an excellent option for looking regal and wealthy and well put together. If you are not sure what colors are best suited for you and your skin tone, I recommend that you seek out a color analysis. That's some personalized information that's suited and tailored toward you to help you select the colors that will make you shine. Now, ladies, imagine this if you will. Close your eyes and kind of daydream with me for just a little bit. You're lingering through a fine department store and a woman catches your eye. She's wearing all cream. She's got on a nice, beautiful, silky collared blouse and fresh tailored trousers. She's wearing a beautiful belt, maybe a tan or a camel color, and her shoes, say they match the belt or they match her trousers. Her handbag is simple, yet it looks expensive because you can tell it's made of very good quality leather. She looks impeccable and wealthy, yet there's not a lot of fuss to her look. She looks clean and like she smells like a high-end fragrance, like something from Creed. She looks like the kind of lady that people rush to open and hold the door for, and the kind of woman that probably gets her way almost all of the time. Well, ladies, this is the power of monochromatic dressing. And you know what? You can be that lady that brings this image to other people's minds. With that, let's glide on to the next tip, which is number 3, creating visual balance. Balance is key, and what you want to do is you want to highlight one area, soften another. So what does this look like? Well, if you select to wear, say, a wide-legged trouser for the day, well then pair that with a more fitted top or blouse. Conversely, say you want to go for a fitted pencil skirt that skims the body. Very tasteful, very elegant, and very feminine. Well, since you've got a skirt that's body skimming, opt for a blouse that is a little looser fitting. That way, you don't have tight top and bottom, but you've got visual balance. The fullness in one area is offsetting the more fitted attire in another area. Another thing, actually, before I jump into this next thing, let me say this. Some of you might be offended by this, but I do feel that it needs to be said. Let's normalize this type of balance. We do not need skin tight and fitted everything head to toe every day, everywhere we go. It's really just unflattering, and really, even on the thinnest or skinniest of us, it just doesn't look good. For most of us, bodycon everything is not a flattering look, and it's not going to give you the class and elegance that you're seeking, because if you are here on this channel watching this video, you're a classy woman, or at least you're trying to level up your look. So let's normalize balance. We can have some clothing that's a little bit looser. Okay, now let me get back to the topic. Visual lines. So are you tall or are you petite? Taller women can often get along away with garmentry that may have a little less structure to it, depending on the type of garment. Maybe it does have some structure or tailoring, but taller women can get along a little bit better with things that are looser, a lot more flowy, where there's more fabric and bolder prints. And the reason why is because there is more visual space for the garment and the design to arrange itself against the body without overwhelming their figure. They are able to more effectively balance and maintain their visual line. So even though taller people, for the most part, have the ability to wear quite a variety of items and styles, there are some things that a taller woman would want to avoid. And this is where really understanding your body shape and your linear lines comes into play, because you don't want to cut yourself off at the wrong areas or the wrong points. So for taller women, that would be around the rib cage. You don't want to wear things that stop at the rib cage. You don't want to wear anything that stops too high on the thigh. the thought here is it shouldn't stop or cut off at the widest part of the thigh or the leg. So the same thing that applies to the thigh would apply to the leg area. You don't want something that's going to cut you off mid calf because that's the widest part of your leg. And then lastly, avoid anything that cuts you off too high above the ankle, because what that's going to do is, instead of you having one nice clean linear line, you end up breaking yourself up at the wrong areas, and it's just not figure flattering. So now let me get to our more petite ladies. I'm in this category, and what we need to avoid is, just like a taller woman, we need to avoid things that are going to cut us off at the wrong points or areas in our body. And again, this is where you need to know your body shape so that you know, have a better idea of where those cutoffs are for you. But if you tend to be a little wider in the hips, you don't want something that ends and cuts you off right there. If you are maybe a little rounder in the stomach, you don't want something that's going to end and cut you right off right there at the stomach, because wherever that horizontal line is, that's where the eye is going to go, and you can really make yourself look a little bit more disjointed instead of having a nice clean long line. And for us shorter women, the longer and smoother that line is, the taller and slimmer we look. It's really easy for us to start looking like we've put on a few pounds. I'll just say this: if we put on a few pounds, you notice it. Taller women, you guys can hide some things when it comes to putting on a few extra pounds, but us shorties, 5 pounds is very obvious. Okay, so let me get back to the point here. With that being the case, we need to avoid things that are obviously too long and that have too much fabric, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to look like we are drowning in fabric and large graphics. So I'm wearing a dress today that has some embroidery and design. In scale, for me, it's about a medium size design, which works a little bit better for me. It's not too small, but it's not too large. For a petite woman, the point is try to avoid patterns or graphics that are small and replicated a lot throughout a garment. And you definitely want to avoid things with large graphics, because they're just going to overwhelm your figure. And ultimately, we want to wear the clothes. We do not want to look like a garment is wearing us and that our bodies are screaming for someone to come save us, help us out of this garment. We've got to remember, elegance whispers, it does not shout. Ladies, if you want to go deeper into these concepts, then check out my e-course, Impressive Elegance, the Silhouette Code. So I'll have it linked below, but basically what this course does is it will teach you more so how to accurately identify your body type. I'll go into more detail about what clothing items are most flattering for your body type, and we talk about everything: accessories, the best accessories to go with certain items, color theory, color psychology. Even there's a plethora of things that are discussed and explored in this course, and I invite you to check it out online. The link is below. And if you want one-on-one assistance with putting together your look, maybe you want to sort of do a makeover, reinvent yourself, or maybe you have an event that's coming up and you want a little bit of guidance as to what would be best for you to wear to that event, I am always available for coaching. Well, I won't say always available, but you can always reach out to me for coaching. And if I'm available, I am certainly happy to help. Okay. Number 4 is using accents wisely. So this is where our accessories come in, and even with additional colors. So keep in mind, your accessories, they should accent, not distract. So let's go back to our monochromatic outfit as an example. This time, instead of cream, let's say we're wearing red, head to toe, maybe a nice red blouse and a red skirt. I'll leave it there. we can introduce different colors via accessories. And those accessories can be our belt, they can be a shoe, they can be a scarf, even our handbags for non-jewelry type accessories. The thing is, if you are going to use additional colors to add an accent or a pop to your outfit, keep that in mind when you are selecting your jewelry, because you don't want to have too much going on between your pops of color and your jewelry. So say with this all red outfit, say it's still summertime, so we'll go with a white belt to keep things fresh and uplifting in the spirit of summer. Well, at least we still have summer heat. I think we are technically in fall now. Okay, but this heat here in Texas still feels like summer, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Red outfit, white belt. I'm gonna say we have it on a red shoe. Maybe we do a white scarf. Maybe we're gonna tie that in our hair or do something fancy with it. Okay, so there we've got two colors going on. Do we really want to reach for a big, bold, chunky necklace and bracelet or big, bold earrings? You've got to look at the way you've got things put together and look at yourself in the mirror. But actually, I'm not for trusting mirrors alone. Go ahead and take that selfie. You've got to see yourself objectively. I would avoid introducing chunky, bold statement jewelry in a scenario like that. Why? Because in the spirit of elegance, less is more. So unless you are expert at styling yourself and you know just the right amount of bold jewelry or the right thing to wear that would be a suitable complementing piece, I would avoid introducing chunky jewelry when you have color that you're using as an accent. Another thing would be, say, if you like things with a statement neckline, maybe something, I'll just go with a simple boat neck type neckline for this example, or maybe it's a keyhole neckline even. Consider wearing minimal jewelry, if any, at the neck. So with a boat neckline, depending on how high it is, you may or may not be able to get away with a necklace. I personally would say probably ditch the necklace for that scenario. Again, unless it's the right thing and you're 100% sure that it's perfect. But on the whole, I would recommend avoiding neck jewelry with those scenarios because it is meant for the neckline to be the accent. It's meant for it to be the statement. So ladies, you have to remember that elegance is about refinement, and that is removing the elements that don't need to be there. Here, truly, less is more. Okay, let's move on to number 5, which is tasteful sensuality. And by tasteful sensuality, what I mean is sensual does not mean or is not equal to exposure. Ladies, you do not have to show it all to be captivating. In fact, once again, in the spirit of less is more, you want to pull back on some things. Tasteful sensuality is about choosing one area or one focal point to show off. Now, what does that look like? Well, maybe you want to show a little shoulder for the day, afternoon, or evening, or maybe you have a dress that's got a slit in it, and so you're going to show a little leg, or maybe you like to backflash. By that I mean maybe you want to show a little back. Whatever it is, choose one and not multiples. Perhaps you are wearing a body skimming dress. Well, make sure that it's not too short. The most tasteful would be something that ends right at the knee, the smallest part of your leg. That will give the most figure flattering silhouette for you. So once again, the key is to make one the focal point, whether it's showing skin or showing shape. Please do not do both at the same time because that can come off vulgar and low value. Something else I want to state here, some of you might be mad at me for this, but I'm going to go ahead and state this. as well. Showing too much shape can actually happen also with wearing things like certain cat suits or really snug items in a knit or a fabric that is too thin. The combination of the two, it just shows too much. It screams, I do work that ought not be mentioned among honorable people, or I do work that ought not be mentioned in the daytime. I think you get what I'm saying here. The point is that it shouts for attention, the wrong type of attention, and elegance does not shout, it whispers. Gliding along, number 6 is handbag etiquette. Ladies, we must consider our handbags as part of our outfit, part of our overall look, because your handbag can say that you are elegant, or it can scream, one of these things is not like the other, or it can be a telltale that maybe your level up game has some levels to upgrade. Think you get the point. So, what I want to share with you here is that it is a small detail that makes a very big impact on your elegance. And that is another elegance cheat code when it comes to your look, ladies, your handbag. So, for optimum elegance, it should be something that is structured. The type of bag where if you sit it on a table, it maintains its shape. It'll still sit up. It doesn't squish down or slouch down. It's not a bag that's going to be, I don't know, slouchy or squishy. It's going to keep its shape. It's going to stand up. It should be smooth on both sides, the front and the back. You want to avoid anything with too many pockets, too many embellishments, because again, we want to keep smooth, clean lines here. Less is more. And when it comes to metal accents, again, less is more. If you pay attention to the more expensive, higher end bags, they're not going to have a lot going on for the most part. So think about, of course, Chanel is a prime example, but Hermes, even Celine, even. When you look at those bags, they have nice clean lines, smooth finishes on the front and the back. Even Chanel with its quilting, it's still clean. There's not a lot of extras going on as far as goes metallic accents with your hardware. And that's what I'm talking about with metallic accents. Take a cue from the higher end bags like those that I just mentioned, and something I used to do, I've gotten to a point where I'm pretty good at knowing, okay, this bag is going to look best with this dress. But I would actually, when I was shopping for a bag, I would actually take it and look at myself in a full length mirror with that bag to see, does this bag look good with me? Is it too large? Is it too overwhelming? And I'm more than happy to provide you with some examples of bags that I recommend. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to do so. Your handbag is a small but impactful finishing touch, and your hardware. This is another thing. The hardware color of your handbag, match your jewelry to it. So I've got on jewelry that's got some gold in it today. I would probably want to avoid a bag that has a lot of, it has large or bold impact silver hardware, because that's not going to harmonize for the most part. Now, there's a bag that I have. It's got a very, very small silver clasp. Okay, I might be able to get away with it, but ideally it would be best if I wore a bag that had gold hardware that matches the gold on my jewelry. All right. Okay, ladies, I know I said that I have 6 style tips for you, but I've got a bonus here with number 7 that I want to throw in, which is elevating your travel and casual style. Because you don't have to stop being elegant just because you're traveling or running errands. You can wear something like, in this warmer weather, linen pants or shorts instead of leggings or sweatpants if you're traveling or running errands. You can incorporate maybe some nice tapered joggers in a silky satiny fabric, or incorporate some silk scarves into your look. But basically what I'm saying here is let's ditch the leggings and the sweatpants and elevate our casual and travel looks. Lily Silk has some really beautiful pants that I think could be good for most any occasions. Not any, but most occasions, unless it's something really formal, but they could be great for travel. They look like they are very comfortable. Of course, being from Lily Silk, they're 100% silk, but they're definitely not sweatpants and they're definitely not leggings, but you can look great and be equally as comfortable. Zada also has some good options for you to explore. So keep that in mind for travel or running errands. Casual is perfectly fine, but we don't have to be commonly casual. In By that I mean wearing things that we see everybody else wearing, things that have been overly saturated and really, in my personal opinion, exasperated by the. Okay, ladies, I hope this helps you to see that elegance is a lifestyle, not a label, and every outfit is a chance to express it. So let me know in the comments which of these tips you'll be incorporating into your wardrobe routine, and if you would like me to share some outfit ideas with you for different occasions. Now you know what to do. Subscribe and stay soft, and remember, always keep it classy and elegant. Bye now.